We're back with new poll numbers as the summer presidential campaign heats up. A new NBC News poll shows that former President Trump is actually expanding his lead over that large field of other Republican candidates. This despite being indicted by a federal grand jury. NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray joins us now with more on all this. Mark, good to have you with us breaking down these numbers. So we should note this poll was conducted just a week after former President Trump was indicted by a grand jury. Those criminal charges, federal charges, are related to his handling of classified documents. So looking at the poll, how do you sum up the impact his legal troubles are having on his standing right now?
Yeah, Joe, in the Republican race for president, it has only helped Donald Trump. Our poll shows that Donald Trump has a 29-point lead over Ron DeSantis and the rest of the Republican field. Former Vice President Mike Pence is at 7%. You end up having former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie at 5% and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley at 4%. Back in April, Joe, after that first Donald Trump indictment on those New York charges, we ended up having Donald Trump with a 15-point lead over Ron DeSantis and the rest of the field. So essentially, Donald Trump went from a 15-point lead in April to a 29-point lead right now.
Mark, I want to take a look at another question from the polling. When asked if Trump should be the leader of the GOP, we have 49% saying yes, 21% saying he was a good leader, but it was time for a fresh take. 29% said the GOP needs a new leader overall. So what does this tell us right now about the future of the Republican Party?
Joe, it tells us the Republican Party is divided right now. It's almost an even split. 49% want Donald Trump as the leader. 50% say that they at least are considering someone else or definitely want somebody else. But it is also worth noting in a multi-candidate field right now, 49% is a pretty solid number. This race is yet to go head-to-head right now. And when it's Donald Trump, where you have 49% of Republican primary voters saying that they want him to be the party's leader, that is something that he can take into the contest in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada, and probably and that those could end up being winning percentages for him. I think the caveat here is, Joe, that we have a long time to go, and this is a national poll. It is not a poll of Iowa. It's not a poll of New Hampshire. So it's important to keep those things in mind.
Real quickly, we should talk about the potential for a rematch in from the 2020 election between Trump and Biden. What does the polling tell us if those two do go head-to-head?
A close race, Joe. We have President Joe Biden at 49% among registered voters, Donald Trump at 45%. That's a 4-point lead for Joe Biden within the poll's margin of error. It is also important to note that that 4-point lead is almost identical to Joe Biden's more than 4-point victory over Donald Trump in 2020. So in a lot of ways, that this country has not moved, or at least the general electorate has not moved all much from 2020.
All right, Mark Murray breaking it down for us. Mark, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.